Hello everyone and welcome to another book review by Centipede Geek. This book is titled Second Genesis. The author is Jeffrey Anderson. It has some neat, fascinating, sort of interesting artwork there on the front cover I want to show you guys real quick. But pretty much what the main plot of this book is, it shares plot tropes or plot similarities with the old film franchise by the name of Planet of the Apes. I'm sure everyone's familiar with that. If not, where have you been, right? But it has a lot of similarities with that. It's pretty much about these scientists that are doing these scientific experiments on these apes, and spoilers coming up. They put these human fetuses in these female apes, and they try to see if they can, breed them and make them have these human fetuses as babies, so they can create like a subhuman, kind of half human, half ape species, a new species that would be capable of feeling emotion. So like I said, it has a lot of neuroscience in there, whether or not they have souls and stuff like that. What separates us, as humans, what separates us as humans from apes and stuff like that. That's pretty much what the main plot is. And then other spoilers coming up. Once these apes get out, they start to kill people, and then they're trying to pretty much survive, or the humans are trying to survive, should I say, but the apes are also trying to survive too. Overall, I really enjoyed this book. This was a really cool one. I was a little aggravated to learn that whenever they ended the book, or when the author ended the book, there's no sequel. It sets up for a sequel. There's this couple that is not able to have a child, so they do this doctor is doing this sort of stem cell research stuff, and they're trying to see if they can make them have the child by genetically, modifying their cells and stuff like that. Long story short, girl gets pregnant at the end. They go on vacation to Europe to celebrate, and that's how the book ends. So to me, it seems like they put stuff from the ape inside of the human. So now they're doing that's how, at least how I seen it. They didn't tell you that, but that's how I seen it. Now the mother is going to have some sort of half ape, half child. So the roles are reversed, or the tables are turned now. Where the apes were having the half human, half child, now the human is going to have the half human, half ape. But so overall, really liked the book. Really aggravated though that there isn't any sort of sequel to it, because there really needs to be one. In my opinion, it's kind of a shame that there wasn't one. It's definitely a missed opportunity. And if the author decided to pick up the book, the book was published in the year of '05. If you decided to pick up the franchise, or they can't call it a franchise, can you? But if you decided to pick up the novel 15 years later and say, hey, why not make a sequel? I would definitely be down to read it, because this is one of those books that definitely deserves a sequel, because there's several of the apes at the end of the story that are still alive, and it kind of leaves a lot of things unsaid, and it definitely sets up for a sequel. This is a really cool one. I would say my favorite part of the book is probably the first 100 pages or so, as it talks a lot about neuroscience and what separates us from apes, and whether or not animals are capable of human emotion, and whether or not they can feel pleasure and pain and stuff like that. And that's really fascinating. Towards the end, it kind of becomes more of a thriller as they're trying to survive and stuff like that. Not that I didn't like the end. I liked the way it ended. It's just it really needs a sequel. That way you have some closure, I guess you could say. This is a really good one. Definitely would recommend it if you're a fan of a science fiction thriller kind of novels. Kind of a light science fiction. One of those. A lot of science fiction stuff. Sometimes people can say can kind of get lost in its own mythology, but this one definitely doesn't. It's more light. I would say it's a very light science fiction read, very easy to understand. But once again, thanks for watching another book review titled Second Genesis, the author of Jeffrey Anderson. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe below.